That's right, the boys are back. Welcome to the new era of Movies with MacLean. I am Andrew MacLean, and this is my weekly movie podcast. And with me today are two of my favorite guests, Nic Cage and Michael Magnus. Boys, are we ready?
Yeah!
All right, well, we have a great show for you today. I mean, it's always a great show when Nick and Michael are here. And I have some announcements to make to start us off.
He's pregnant.
Unfortunately, this is not Junior, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where Arnold becomes pregnant, but that would be kind of sweet. But anyways, one of the first announcements is we have a new official time, 8 p.m. on Wednesdays every week. That's when we're delivering these episodes to you. So subscribe and be ready. 8 o'clock. We're in a new era, and it's going to be better than ever. And
Don't want to miss it.
Yeah, of course. And we're going to try to have our main topic be relevant and have something to do with like what's going on, what's being released in theaters right now. And we're also bringing you new segments to keep it fresh and keep the show interesting. So today, our topic, you saw it when you clicked on this video, Nic Cage. So I know I just said relevant, but we'll get to why that's relevant when we get to the Nic Cage talk. But first of all, we're going to start with our first new segment, and that is the Netflix Rundown. So what the Netflix Rundown is, we're going to talk about the movies that are leaving Netflix tomorrow on December 1st, because Netflix takes away movies every month and they add movies every month. So the first movie that we're going to talk about that's leaving Netflix tomorrow is Top Gun. So Nick, you want to start us off, talk about Top Gun a little?
Yeah, Top Gun, it's a classic. We actually all watched it together. Wait, were you?
No, I
me and MacLean
haven't seen Top Gun, but
watched it together.
I want to take a trip to the danger zone.
Yeah, you definitely want to take a trip to the danger zone. But yeah, we watched it, and I mean, it's a classic. But watching it, I was like, all right, this movie's a little corny. I'm not gonna lie, but I like it though.
I mean, it's corny, but it's like so enjoyable.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I mean, honestly, we were sitting there just listening to Danger Zone for like 45 minutes,
Yeah,
and I was having a good time
old.
just listening to Danger Zone.
Yeah, that could just be the whole movie, just Danger
Yeah.
Zone on repeat and like planes flying around,
Yeah.
like maybe
Yeah.
a couple like crashes or whatever.
They play it 3 times in the movie, but I think they could play it like throughout the entire movie, just like in the background.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Yeah, we'd all
At
be
least
okay with
3
that.
more times.
You
Yeah,
could take another 3, no doubt.
and I mean, nothing better than like Tom Cruise standing on boxes to make him look taller.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Top Gun's classic. It's a real shame that it's leaving Netflix already. It's only been on there for about 3 months. But if you watch one of these movies that we're talking about today, I'd say watch Top Gun, because you aren't going to be able to watch it after this for free, and it's a classic if you haven't seen it. Anything else on Top Gun?
That's about it.
Might go home and watch it.
You should. Next one, I think, Nick, you're the only one who's seen this, American Beauty. So,
Yeah.
what do you have to say about American Beauty?
It's a solid movie. I actually saw it on Netflix. Kevin Spacey. It's kind of like this like dad that's kind of like going off the edge, and he starts to like give it like a relationship with his daughter's like friend.
Yeah.
It's a weird movie, but it's a solid movie. I would definitely suggest it.
Yeah, that's really all I knew about it,
different.
was that he was like trying to bang like his daughter's friend.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. It sounds kind of weird, but I think it
I
won
don't
some
like that.
awards.
No,
so,
it's solid. I would suggest it.
I don't like the sound of it.
Well, I guess it's up to you viewers if you're gonna watch Top Gun or American Beauty.
If you like Kevin Spacey, watch American Beauty.
Yeah,
It's a
Kevin
solid movie.
Spacey is a great actor.
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
So, you only got tonight to watch one of these. And then the last one, Sling Blade, leaving Netflix tomorrow. This saddens me a little bit. Sling Blade, not a great movie, but I like to make fun of Billy Bob Thornton's voice in there.
French fry potatoes.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really good to make fun of it because he is, like, disabled, but, like,
it's kind of
it's still funny.
Yeah,
so,
it's a movie.
Yeah. Have you seen that, Michael?
No.
See it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
look
I'm
up
messing up.
Billy Bob Thornton Sling Blade.
All right.
I think it's a great movie. I don't know what MacLean's talking about.
It's an alright movie. I mean, I think it won like best screenplay or something. And Billy Bob Thornton, if you didn't know it was him, you wouldn't even like recognize him.
Yeah.
Like he kind of transforms himself
Yeah.
for that movie. So that's really impressive. and it's a good like human story. Like it's just a drama, but
Yeah.
it's a good story. I enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, anything else or?
Nah.
All right, well, this is usually the part of the show where we would go into the movie news, but since we've been away for so long, there's been so much news, so many trailers, Comic-Con, all that. We're just gonna start back with the news next week. So this is actually where we're gonna get into our main topic, and that is Nic Cage movies. And why are we talking Nic Cage, you might ask? Well, here in Cincinnati, Nic Cage is actually filming a movie right now, probably one of 6 that he'll be in next year, and probably none of those that any of you will hear about. You know, it's a real shame that Nic Cage is in all these garbage movies now, and we'll make fun of him for that, but he's also a great actor, and he's made a lot of really good movies, so we'll talk about our favorites, and we'll talk about the worst movies that he's been in, and it'll be a good talk. And to quote Nic Cage himself, the 2 key qualities of a classic Nic Cage film: all the dialogue is either whispered or screamed, and everything is on fire. And I think that'll be true for a lot of these movies that we talk
Wait, he
about.
said that?
No, that was Andy Samberg.
No.
On SNL.
It was
wasn't
when Nic Cage was on him, and it was Get in the Cage with Nic Cage, and the guest
and
was Nic
Nic
Cage,
Cage.
the real Nic
Okay.
Cage.
Wait, that was
So-
on SNL?
Yeah, Nic
I
Cage.
remember that
hilarious.
being, I
I've never
remember that
seen
being
that.
on there, but like I thought Samberg said that.
That's
No,
hilarious.
he said it.
Wait, is it Samberg or Sandberg?
Samberg.
Sand?
No, Sam.
Sand.
Sam.
Yeah, that's what I thought,
I
yeah.
thought it was S-A. I didn't know if it was S-A-M or S-A-N.
Sand.
Yeah.
No D.
I
It's
got
not a
the
D.
D.
Is
either
it,
way.
is it Pam or Pam?
Pam?
Ham.
I think I can offer help with the whole Pam.
All right, we're getting a little off track, but let's get into it with these first Nic Cage movies. How about Michael? You want to start us off?
Yeah, the first movie on my list is Raising Arizona. This one is one of my dad's favorite movies. An ex-con, an ex-cop, they steal a child.
Yeah.
You know, that's not really something you'd see every day in a movie. Pretty unorthodox, I would say, theme of the movie. Really, everyone just wants something from the child to get for themselves. Yeah, I think it's a funny movie. Definitely not a movie that you'd see every day.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
No,
Never
I-
seen it, but...
Oh, I thought you watched it. No.
No, I was going to. I never watched it.
Well, I enjoy the heck out of it. I think it's hilarious. I mean, one of my favorite scenes, I think, Nic Cage walks into the convenience store to rob it, grabs a pack of diapers for the baby, walks toward the cashier with a pistol and says, "I would taking these Huggies and whatever cash you got." So it's a real classic. I think it's one of Nic Cage's like cagiest performances.
Yeah.
And it works in this. It's not like way too over the top
Yeah,
where it's like
yeah.
it's just annoying. Like it's hilarious. And I think this was like one of the first times where we saw how crazy Nic Cage was. And I mean, like I said, I just think it's hilarious. I think Holly Hunter is in that. She gives a really good performance too. And then John Goodman, who's, if you see him now, he looks completely different, but he's real funny in that too. I know he's worked with the Coen brothers a lot, so it's not surprising that he's in the movie, but I just think it's great comedy, and this is one of the best Nic Cage performances and best Nic Cage movies.
That's a Coen Brothers movie?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The
Coen brothers,
What was that? What's it called?
Hail Caesar?
Yeah,
Hail
Hail
Caesar,
Caesar.
yeah.
Not a good movie.
Not
movie.
a fan.
No,
Not a fan of the Hail Caesar.
Yeah.
But
But
the first one we did, Hail Caesar.
Nah, it wasn't first.
we had that on our...
We talked about it on the first one.
Yeah, and then we reviewed it like a couple weeks later.
Don't recommend Hail Caesar.
Yep. Go back for that podcast. It's a different podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good time though.
Yeah, we recommend you check out all of our old episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, rewatch them. Show your grandmas, your moms, your cats,
Anybody, yeah, because they'll enjoy it.
I appreciate that. All right, let's move on. Nick, what's the first movie you wanted to talk about?
I was gonna talk about Con Air. I watched this a while ago, but it's a solid movie. They hijack a plane, right? The criminals on the... Is there a bunch of like criminals on the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, I know it's like him. It's got there's a bunch of good actors in it besides Nic Cage. It's like John Malkovich and
Steve Buscemi, right?
Buscemi and Cusack.
Yeah.
He's pretty solid, but Yeah, it's a good movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember it was good. I watched it like I don't even know how long ago, but yeah, good movie.
It's been a long time too. I know it's one of those Jerry Bruckheimer produced '90s action movies. He had a lot of those, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's back when Nic Cage movies were still like respected.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't happen anymore.
No, it's a real shame, but it's been way too long since I've seen it. But I just remember Malkovich like holding a gun to like a stuffed animal buddy or something like that.
I remember that.
So I can't talk too much about it, but it's a solid movie. It's one of the better '90s action movies. So I recommend anyone watching check it out. It's one of the good ones we're talking about. Did you have anything else on Con Air?
That's about it.
You said you hadn't seen it, right, Mike?
I have not seen Con Air now.
All right, well, we should get together and watch that.
Should.
First one I'm going to talk about, sticking with the theme of those 90s action movies, is The Rock. The Rock is just one of the most awesome, solid 90s action movies. I think better than Con Air, not to downplay you, Nick, but
But to downplay you.
You
should.
Okay, I'll be sure to do that for the rest of the show. But yeah, The Rock, I mean, Sean Connery, Ed Harris, Nic Cage, I think all three of those guys give great performances. Ed Harris just plays like, he's the villain, but like he's a real sympathetic villain. Like you understand why he's doing what he's doing and where he comes from. And it's funny, this movie's directed by Michael Bay, and nowadays Michael Bay just makes garbage, just like Nic Cage. But you can so tell that it's a Michael Bay movie with all the tropes and everything that you see in all the Michael Bay movies, with the American flags everywhere and the swelling of the music to get your emotions. But it just works in this movie where it doesn't work in all the other movies. And there's a great moment, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a great moment where Nic Cage his character sort of makes a turning point as a character, and I think that it sort of shocks you. It's got that shock value, and it's just really impressive that Michael Bay like pulled that off. And his character's name is Stanley Goodspeed, so it's going along with all those ridiculous names in those '90s action movies. But it's a really fun watch, and it's just exciting all the way through. Have either of you guys seen it?
I have not. Is that Michael Bay's like first movie? Like big
It was
movie?
his second one after Bad Boys.
Oh, Bad Boys.
Yeah.
That was Michael Bay.
Yeah. Have
That's
you
kinda
seen it,
funny.
Michael?
I have not, and that's just going to be a reoccurring theme throughout this. There's only about 3 movies on the list that I have watched.
Oh, well, we're getting to all those though, I think.
Yeah, we'll get to them, but for the most part.
Yeah. But I mean, I just enjoyed the heck out of The Rock. It's one that I'll definitely rewatch a lot. I think it's got that rewatchability factor. It's about 2 hours 20 minutes, but like I said, just thrilling the whole way through, and it's kind of just that movie that makes you like be proud to be like an American. I think so. Definitely recommend The Rock if you haven't seen it. Nic Cage is great in there. He's like a little toned down, but still has a few real cagey moments. I know there's this one scene, it's sort of a mild spoiler, but it's in the very beginning. His girlfriend like proposes to him, and he's just like, whoa, marriage police, pull over, please. So there's still a lot of great lines in there. And there's some cheesy ones too, but just because of like the performances, you like get over that. So I think it's so much fun to watch. It's a great movie. So we'll move on. Michael, what's the next one you were talking about?
The Wicker Man. This movie's weird as hell. I do not really recommend it. The first time I tried to watch it, I got about 30 seconds into it, and he was just in a diner, just being a weirdo, really. In this movie, he's a cop, and he tries to investigate something, and he just discovers that the town that he's investigating in is just super weird, and he's super weird. The whole thing's just weird and honestly kind of creepy. Everybody's named after a flower, pretty much, except Nic Cage. And it's weird. Weird.
Yeah.
The bees, though, one of his famous quotes.
It's classic.
Oh no, not the bees.
Yeah.
It's just odd.
Yeah, I mean, I also think this is a terrible movie, but, I mean, yeah, don't watch it. There's only a couple scenes in there that are just, like, so, like, bad that it's hilarious.
The Dream.
Yeah, the dream.
Yes.
You know what? Let's go ahead and talk about that because we don't want them to watch this.
Yeah, no. So we'll just tell you what happens.
Yeah, you wanna go ahead, or you want me to say it?
So he's having a dream within a dream, and
It's like an Inception thing.
Sort of.
yeah, no.
Like he wakes up from a
A lot
dream.
worse.
He wakes up from a dream, and you think he's awake, but really he's in another dream.
Yeah, and he wakes up and he jumps in the lake pond.
Yeah, he thinks he
Yeah.
sees the girl,
Yeah.
and then she's dead.
Yeah.
But then it's a dream, and he wakes up, and he's sitting on a bench, and then the
Yeah.
camera zooms out real fast, and he's holding the dead girl, and he's like, oh! And it's supposed to be a jump scare, but it's hilarious because it's so bad.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up again, that was a dream. He's just God damn it!
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch this movie.
No.
No,
You don't
there's
wanna
nothing
watch
else
this
in that
movie,
you'll
yeah.
enjoy.
That's a funny part, but just YouTube that.
Yeah. There's a scene where he's trying to get information out of the little girls in the school, and he goes into their school and he's
Yeah.
just yelling at them.
Yes.
And it's just what is wrong with this
And
guy?
he's yelling at the teacher, and
Yeah.
he's showing a badge, and then the bird flies out of a desk, and
yeah.
weird.
It just makes no sense.
And they try to have all these twists, but the way they reveal them are just awful. His old girlfriend is part of the community, which is why he's there. And he finds out that the girl that he's looking for is actually his daughter, but the way that she reveals it, it's such a bad, such a
Twist.
poorly delivered line. The girl is such a bad actor. Nic Cage, like I said, he's a good actor, but everyone around him is so terrible in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of you have seen the Not the Bees, and if you've seen the Nic Cage freak out montage, there's all sorts of stuff that's from this movie. He's running around dressed like a bear punching women, so that's in there. If you support domestic violence, and I guess you'll enjoy
check
that.
out. Yeah, you'll like that.
Yeah. If you're a scumbag. But all around, it's a terrible movie.
Yeah, we don't condone domestic abuse on this show.
No, of course not. I think that's about all that needs to be said about the Wicker Man, unless you had something else.
No, you said it. You said it best.
All right, Nick, what's your next one?
My next movie is Ghost Rider, and I think this is a classic. I saw it in theaters when I was really young, and I remember I was real scared. Who's the villain? Blackheart.
Yeah, I think
That guy
so.
used to freak me out. And then the one scene I remember the most is when he gets that the robber or whatever, and he holds him up and he looks into his eyes and he burns his eyes out. Have you seen Ghost Rider?
I have. It's been a long time, but
Yeah, that's the one scene I remember. And I remember that was just crazy. And he's just his eyes are charred, and I'm that's just kind of insane. But yeah, it's about Nic Cage, and he's a is he an anti-hero kind of?
I think so. He's the stunt guy.
Yeah,
and
but
he gets the flaming skull.
Yeah,
in the
Flaming
head.
Skull. Yeah, another movie that's just got flames everywhere, and him
Yeah.
just acting like an insane person. When he transforms into the Ghost Rider, it's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Nic Cage is flipping out, but
I remember he met that other Ghost Rider who rode a horse. or
yeah.
something. It's been way too long since I've seen this. I know I liked it when I was real young,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it's not that good.
Yeah, I feel if I watched it again, it would just be straight terrible. but-
Yeah, I know. I looked back at the effects, and the flaming skull head looks really animated.
Really?
It looks really bad.
Yeah.
I'm sure if they made they doing the Ghost Rider on Agents of Shield now. I'm sure that looks better.
Yeah.
But
Probably.
I haven't seen that. But I don't think they need to make another Ghost Rider movie. It's not a great character
Yeah,
or anything.
no.
But the second one's really, really bad.
I
The
can
first
only
one's
imagine.
just bad. So yeah, there's not much I can say.
Yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces of it, but from what I remember, his head is on fire most of the time, and he's riding around on a motorcycle a
Yeah,
lot.
that's
right.
Yeah.
He's got his little chain thing.
Yeah.
He wraps people up.
Yeah. That's about all I took away from it.
Yeah. It's.
If you like motorcycles and fire, check it out.
Yeah, you'll have a good
Oh
time.
yeah. It's kind of the movie where if you're doing something else but you're gonna be in front of the TV, just put it on as a background activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. It's on FX or something.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Yeah. Oh, I feel that movie's
Yeah,
on
multiple
FX.
times.
Yeah.
That's on at 9 a.m. though.
Yeah.
It's on at weird times.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to another comic book movie, Kick-Ass. So this is actually probably my favorite movie with Nic Cage, even though like he's not
I
like the
agree.
center of it. I think as far as Nic Cage goes, I think that he's like really funny in this movie, like with this line like, "Oh, he kind of got beat up, more like ass kick." It's just like real subtle, like he's real weird,
Yeah.
but it's like super funny.
Oh, yeah, they're very funny.
And like he's training his daughter to be a killing machine, and there's a scene where he's like shooting her when she has a vest on. He's like, "You're gonna be fine, baby doll." It's just
I do remember that
hilarious.
part.
So Nic Cage is great. He just adds to the movie, and he's actually a character that like you really care about when you hear about like what happened to him. I don't want to get into spoilers or anything because I definitely recommend you see this movie. But he adds a lot to it. You guys have both seen this, right? Or you have?
Yeah, I saw it a while ago, but I just remember going into it, I wasn't thinking that it was going to be a very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it, and it was actually a good movie. It was funny, and like there's good action scenes in it,
Yeah.
and it wasn't stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's based on the comic book by Mark Miller, who's written, he wrote Civil War and Old Man Logan, Wanted, The Secret Service, like, all those have been made into movies. Well, Old Man Logan currently being made into a movie, but, I mean, I think he's a great writer, and I haven't read the comic book yet, but having seen the movie, like, I really want to, because, like, I think it tells, like, a really good story, honestly, and, I think, like, the character of Kick-Ass is honestly one of the most relatable
Yeah.
characters for, like, me, like a guy in high school. I think one of the most relatable characters that I can think of in movies. And, you know, it's got a lot of parallels to a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Because he's, like, a real awkward teen. But
Mhm.
I think where a Spider-Man movie is, like, PG-13, like, this doesn't hold back. It's got the R rating. It's a great high school movie. Like, I can just think of so many, like, conversations I've had with, like, with my friends that are just like things that like happen in that movie with him and
Yeah.
his buddies. And I also love the comic book store that's like the restaurant that they go hang out at. Like I want there to be a place like that here. Like that would be awesome. That there's probably something like that in like a big city or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
not here though.
Yeah.
Not
You can't say that.
Hey, we should
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
one. That'd be sick.
We should make one.
Yeah.
No, Sid can't disclose our location. That's in case there are any narcs listening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bleep that out.
Yeah,
We'll cut it.
Get that out.
Yeah. Anyways, well, Nick, you haven't talked about it at all. Have you seen Kick-Ass?
I've seen parts of it, and it seemed pretty good, but I just never saw the whole thing.
You definitely need to watch that.
I will.
It's honestly one of my favorite comic book movies.
Really?
Matthew Vaughn directed it, who also made X-Men First Class and Kingsman: The Secret Service. So Matthew Vaughn quickly becoming one of my favorite directors for comic book movies.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of shots in the movie that you just think like, even though I haven't read the comic book, you could see like that just being like a page in a comic book.
Yeah.
And it's like very realistic. Like it kind of takes a cool view at like what would happen if someone actually tried to be a superhero, and like show like how he would get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And I think it's awesome. But like in a movie that's pretty realistic, I think the most unrealistic thing is when like the hot girl says that she liked the Spider-Man comic books that he like gave her.
Mhm.
Like that would never happen. But
Yeah.
but I mean, whatever. Like, the guy's got to get the girl, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's such a funny movie. It's a great high school movie. It's a great superhero movie, and Nic Cage in it just makes it that much better. So definitely check out Kick-Ass if you haven't seen it. And that's all we have for our main topic of Nic Cage movies. We're going to move on to a segment that is Nic Cage Trivia. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try to do a segment like this every week now. So how this is going to work, I'm going to read the description of a Nic Cage movie, and Michael and Nick have to be the first person to say the answer of what movie is it, and that you guys don't have to wait for me to finish reading. As soon as you know it, you can yell it
Sure.
out. You only get one guess, and then you can't get the point. And we're gonna do 5 of them. I have a tiebreaker if we need to go to that. And I'm only gonna give you 10 seconds to answer because we don't want this to like drag on. Like if you don't know it,
Yeah.
just yell something out if you don't know it. So I'll get out the trivia now. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it.
So question 1. All right. Name the movie with this description. A retired master car thief must come back to the industry and steal 50 cars with his crew in one night to save his brother's life.
I don't know how.
Valley Girl.
Incorrect. You have 5 seconds.
Stolen?
It's also incorrect. We're looking for Gone in 60 Seconds. That's one of the harder ones.
All right,
They'll get easier.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I didn't know that he was in that.
What's
Fast
it?
Times at Ridgemont High?
Yeah.
I didn't
He
know
was
that
like,
either.
it's like
Yeah.
a real small role, though.
Really?
That was like...
Like
Me
a
and
little-
Nick were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, we just watched
Yeah.
that.
Oh, really? Alright, question 2. Name the movie. A vengeful father escapes from hell and chases after the men who killed his daughter and kidnapped his granddaughter.
Stolen.
Incorrect.
From hell?
5 seconds.
City of Angels?
That's incorrect. We were looking for Drive Angry, or Drive Angry 3D.
Oh, that sounds like a fantastic movie.
I've heard it's like a guilty pleasure for some people. I
Really?
kind of want to check it out. I mean, it sounds kind of cool, I guess.
Drive
Escapes from Hell.
Angry, that's it. 2011.
Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Just gonna imagine.
Alright. Name the movie. A phobic con artist and his protege are on the verge of pulling off a lucrative swindle when the former's teenage daughter arrives unexpectedly.
Is it Face Off?
Incorrect.
Awful.
You got 5 seconds.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
It's incorrect. Alright, those first 3 were a lot harder than these last 2, so I'm hoping that you guys will get these last ones. Oh, the answer was Matchstick Men. I didn't say that. Alright. Name the movie. A sheriff investigating the disappearance of a young girl from a small island discovers there's a larger mystery
The Wicker
to
Man.
solve.
Wicker Man. Ah,
Nick got it
yeah.
first. 1 point Nick, and
Let's go.
0 points Michael. So this is the last question. Michael, if you don't get this, Nick wins.
Over.
Okay. Name the movie. As Johnny Blaze hides out in Eastern
Ghost
Europe.
Rider.
Incorrect. He is called upon to
Ghost
stop
Rider
the devil.
2.
That is correct.
Oh my.
Yeah.
All right. 1-1. That was a nice steal there. So you got to be careful. So this
Try to
one,
listen to the whole thing.
yeah,
Getting
1-1.
excited.
We're going to a tiebreaker. I promise one of you is going to get this. So here we go. This is for it all. Name the movie. In order to foil an extortion plot, an FBI agent undergoes a face transplant surgery.
Face Off.
Nick said it first.
Oh, that was close.
Nick got that. I'm sorry, Michael, but Nick is the winner. Nick Saganic is the winner of this trivia contest.
Nick Cage Trivia
and,
champion.
He has shamed Michael Magnus, and you'll have to pick yourself back up. We'll give you another shot.
Shout out
eventually.
to G-Force, the movie with the hamsters. I was really hoping he'd throw that in there, but he didn't.
I did not.
That's all. That's mostly what I was thinking about.
I
in
guess
that
if I put
segment
G-Force
was
in there, you would have won.
hamsters, animated hamsters talking.
Shout out to the Chicken Fast Time Ridgemont High, the pool scene.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Phoebe Cates?
But yes,
Yeah.
very good time. Very good time. If you've not seen that, I strongly suggest it.
Well, Nick was our winner today, so that's all we have for you on our main show. We're gonna have a little bit of a closing out thing. Actually, I just want to say, Michael, I think you need to do your. What do you think? I'm a retard? Having lost, I think that's required. If you don't want to, I understand, but I think having lost, that would be a good
let's hear it.
punishment.
It's a little derogatory. Don't know. If that's the best look for us.
I think you definitely should go
I'm
for
going
it.
to pass on that one.
All right then. We'll get you to do it eventually. So next week we're doing biopics because Jackie, the movie with Natalie Portman, is coming out about Jackie Kennedy. So we're doing biopics next week, and that'll be same time Wednesday at 8. And thank you so much to Nick and Michael. I think this was a great success, and I hope you guys will come back soon. And I just want to say to all of our viewers, get out and see a movie because there are so many good movies out right now. You look at Doctor Strange, Hacksaw Ridge, my favorite that's out right now, Arrival, Fantastic Beasts, Moana. the list goes on. There's so many great movies. I know, Nick, you love The Edge of 17, right?
No, I did not see that.
Okay. It's
I
all
like
right.
Doctor Strange, though.
That's all right. We know you love The Edge of 17.
Wait, what is The Edge of 17 about?
It's like this chick flick. But
I mean, I'd probably like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's Nick's kind of thing.
That's
Yeah.
my kind of film.
Yeah, so get out and see a movie. Like I said, Hacksaw Ridge would be my highest recommended one. Anything you guys would recommend to see right now?
Doctor Strange. Good
Moana.
movie.
Heard it's a real tear.
Moana does look like a
Really?
great movie.
Yep. It's,
The Rock, I mean, you can't go wrong with The Rock.
Yeah, I heard he sings too. Like he
sings?
sings
Wow.
Disney songs. So
All right.
yeah,
That guy can do it all, man.
he can do anything.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sure
really
if he
can.
was at the U when the 7th floor crew was around,
Yeah.
would have been
He'd
in
be
that.
in on that.
Yeah.
He would have made it bigger.
Yeah. The 7th floor, everybody would have known about the 7th floor.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of low key, but people would know.
I don't know about it.
We'll show it to you.
Okay,
Off air.
great. Well, that's all we have today. So thanks to everyone for watching. I had a great time, and I hope you guys had a great time. And we will be back. Movies with MacLean is here to stay. We're going to grow, and we're going to take over Southwest Ohio and be the best movie podcast in Southwest Ohio.
Absolutely.
So,
Shout out to the Milk Boys.
yes, thank you. Thank you.
I had to include that.
Yeah. So, until next week, not the beast!